The ANC's National Working Committee has welcomed Health Minister Dr. Zweli Mkhize's decision to present himself to the party's Integrity Commission. It's over his role in a multi-million rand COVID-19 communications tender awarded to his close associates. For more on the implications of this, we're joined by political analysts Rebone and Tasneem Essop. Good evening to both of you, and thanks for your time. Interestingly, last week we saw the Integrity Commission coming out publicly to say that it had not heard any communication from the party's top six or the NEC on the matter of the health minister, nor had it been approached directly by the health minister to actually account for these allegations against him. They were careful, however, not to say anything beyond that in terms of any concerns about this matter or even what should happen to the minister in the interim. How much of that was a considered move? Rebone, let me begin with you.
Thank you, Cathy, and good evening to the viewers. I think, as correctly as you put it, it was a well-calculated move. I mean, if you look at how in the past they would speak out, against corruption and so forth, And what was interesting, by the way, that today the minister speaks that he has asked for the president for a leave of absence, and then a few hours later, the president grants that. So there's a lot of calculated moves that has been happening around Minister Zweli Mkhize's saga.
Tasneem, why does it seem that people are walking on eggshells, making sure that they're stepping just right?
Well, I mean, I think given the Ramaphosa administration's position on corruption and in the ANC, how things have been playing out, you have to manage something like this very carefully. When it comes to a minister like Zweli Mkhize. So I think part of it is that needing to manage it, balance what has been going on in the ANC, the step-aside resolutions, the Integrity Committee, and the need to act on this. So there's a lot of balancing that needs to happen, unfortunately, in a moment like this where people will demand immediate accountability, and probably rightly so.
In the midst of it, Rebone, we also saw a report yesterday coming out of the minister's office that was refuting allegations that he had said he was deliberately being targeted because he was perceived as a threat to the current president. This is for the upcoming conference.
I mean, we've all been hearing those rumors that he might be running for president of the ANC in the next elective conference. But what is interesting about this, he's not disputing the relationship with Tahira. His son also confirmed. So this is a corrupt relationship, and that's why it's important he has stepped aside to clear his name, because either way, all parties have agreed that they do have a relationship. So I don't think that he can use this sympathy card. The contract was given to the company. It's a fact.
Of course, if we backtrack to that initial press conference that the minister held, he said that these individuals that were given this contract were not his friends. He said that they were just comrades and by all means sought to distance himself from the individuals. However, given the evidence that has been piling up with time, that position seems to have been somewhat changing.
No, absolutely. I mean, the mere fact that no one is disputing that Tahira worked for the company. Tahira, who is known that she was working at Lutuli House when he was the Secretary General, that is still not yet disputed, unless if they say Tahira was not working for the company, then it's another different story.
Tasneem, the president where he is also having to deal with the headache of what happens next. If the minister is not cleared in this report, does he bring him back? If he is cleared, does he still bring it back? Because it probably won't change the kind of outrage that there has been.
Yeah, so I mean, the special leave of absence thing sort of indicates that there is some belief, at least, that the minister's name can be cleared, right? So, I mean, that would suggest that because there isn't a resignation, that they believe there is some room to maneuver here. Of course, you're dealing with public opinion here, and you will be dealing with perceptions after it. But I mean, that all depends on how it will unfold. What we're dealing with now is the appointment of an acting minister, which is already drawing sharp criticism. And that will need to be dealt with. And how long can you really go on in a ministry as crucial as the health ministry in a global pandemic, the proportions of which we've not seen before in recent times, at least? This is a very crucial portfolio, to put it mildly. And how long can you go on with an acting minister in a position like this? So, I mean, a lot of it depends on what will come out of the SIU report, on how the now on suspension minister will try to deal with the allegations and to clear his name, right? But I mean, that we can still have the conversation about the choice of acting minister, and how long the acting status is there for.
All right.
By the way, Cathy,
sure.
Minister Jackson Mthembu died at the beginning of the year. Even now, we still have an acting minister in the presidency, which is also a very crucial portfolio. So the president never wants to fill up any position. You've got Pakster, who resigned as a deputy minister. You have the late Bavile Shongwane, who passed on as a deputy minister, and still today all those positions are still vacant. The president is too casual in terms of filling up any position.
Of course, some have been, preempting a cabinet reshuffle for the longest time. It doesn't look like it's on the way. Perhaps this could be the nail that breaks the camel's back.
Well, I mean, Cathy, in general, I think what Rebone is pointing to is a lethargy, a slowness to act, really. I think there are those many positions that need to be filled. And I mean, even in this, right, there has been criticism about how long it's taken the president to act. And today, Minister Mkhize himself requested a special leave of absence, and then the president acting after that. So I think there is that conversation about inertia and the slowness to really, do a cabinet reshuffle, fill these positions. What do these positions mean? Who do you want in them? And now it's a conversation that's coming up again.
Political analysts Tasneem, Essop and Rebone, let me thank you both for your time tonight.